2, 1. Oh, okay. We were just a little bit behind.
This is getting better and better, to be honest. I'm pretty impressed. Good morning, afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon. Happy Monday.
Oh my God.
You know,
I have a lot. Girl, listen, would you like to know what song has been playing in the back of my head ever since Saturday?
tell me.
This girl is on fire. Oh, it just keeps going back and back in my head. And we're going to tell everybody why. But welcome everybody for listening.
Welcome back. If you don't know who we are, real quick, I'm Giovanna Burgess-White. I am the owner of Mia Bella Houston. And to the screen this way is my partner in crime,
Yvette Valdenegro, and I own Pop-Up Wedding Houston.
Yes. And today we have a jam-packed podcast, a jam-packed weekly live, wherever you're joining us from. We are going to give you a recap on our mastermind this weekend. We just hosted the very first half in-person, half live stream women's conference from Houston, Texas. Woo, woo, woo. Quick recap on what that looked like, what it felt like. And guess what? If you missed it, we will have a link next week where you can purchase and see it in the edited version and still get all of the amazing 5 women who were guest speakers. You get to see all the guests that were here. Pretty much it's like you were here and you weren't, but you can be here at the one next year. We're also going to talk about something coming up in September. We have pop-up weddings coming up again, and we only have 3 spots left, like literally 3 spots left. Actually, we may only have 2 spots left because we had someone inquire about another time slot. So as of today, we're going to say we have 2 spots left. And you want to tell them what we have in store today? What very special guests?
Yeah, we have 2 very special guests. We're not going to name the first one yet because it's been such a secret to reveal a brand new event rental company here in Houston, and their furniture is to die for. It's global, and we're excited he'll be on in 10 minutes. Yep. And then the other announcement is we're actually going to have someone who had a pop-up with us on August 8th, and she got to experience everything from start to finish. And we thought it'd be really great for everybody who's interested in what we do and having a pop-up in the future to hear from her, actually, what her experience was overall. Super wonderful young lady. So it'd be really great to hear from her experience. So do you want me to just kind of run through like what is it we're really doing in the next couple days or next month?
Run through it. Right now, I am what I learned at the mastermind. We thought we were already doing like 100%, but we can do more. So I'm going to host some watch parties while you talk about that. So I'm not listening. I'm just spreading our love throughout the virtual world. So while you tell everybody what's going on, I'm going to do some watch parties.
Okay. Yeah. For one, I have one thing. Are you going to say anything more about the women's conference? Or are you going to share that for later?
I mean, I can. Should we just do it now?
You do what you need to do, but I just don't. There's some little things I want to say that I feel like anybody who's out there because I had a different perspective of watching all of it. So later on we'll talk about some perspectives, especially if you are a woman, if you are an entrepreneur, and right now in the middle of COVID or even in the process of wondering, what do I do? How do I start? How do I get support? Who do I turn to? I have a great idea. How do I get this going financially? What's going on? I mean, it's almost like we covered every single topic ever. And I just want to share some things later about that. So if you're listening and that is you, then just know towards the end, in the middle, somewhere in there, we're going to be talking more about the women's conference. But for now, all right. In August, we did an all-day pop-up event where we had 4 different people get married in one day. They all shared the same theme and the same decorations for one day, but they all had their own time slots. They were all very individual young ladies. They all had different bouquets. They all had different cakes. They all wore different dresses. They all had different personalities. The only thing that was the same is that they used the same backdrop of the venue for their 90 minutes to get married. It was phenomenal. It was wonderful. And we're going to have someone come and share about that. We are completely redoing, rinse and repeat, the exact same thing once every single month at Mia Bella with themes, with the all-day events. And Pop-Up Wedding Houston is expanding. And in October and November, I have 2 other venues Serenity Rose and Bower House, where we're doing the exact same thing. So if you wanted a different look, a different feel, or different part of town, we are expanding and we're covering it all. So what is going on during these times? During the all-day pop-up, you get 90 minutes. And what is included is the venue, a planner, past appetizers, photographer, live streaming, music, cake, the amazing rental company that everybody's about to meet, linens, floral, decor, photo booth, champagne toast, and officiant. I can't believe I didn't forget that. But
important.
And what?
The officiant's important.
Yeah, that's the main person.
Oh, they're gonna get married yet.
Okay, so the officiant, all of that is included at the amazing price of $4,000. And I feel like sometimes right now, I feel like I want to go like this. Like, I'm like, are you guys not smart? Why are we not charging more for this? Especially after you see the pictures of the rental pieces that are going to be here in September. So September, our theme that we chose was boho, because it's such a hot, trendy, on fire look that everybody's wanting. And I think as you go into fall, it just fits perfectly. We can do the outdoor ceremony. It's going to be magnificently beautiful.
Can I step in and say it's a neutral boho, guys? It's neutral. So remember when we just said that last month on 8820, it was something blue. That was like our theme. But every single bride, every single groom, every single couple brought their own style to it. And so it's still a blank canvas within. So think neutral boho in September in Houston, Texas. You can still be in summer mode. You can start being in fall mode. You can clash the two together. You can bring color with your bouquet that's included. So you still get creative design on the details. But I can't wait to even talk about the 7:00 spot later, or we're talking about it now, but just so you guys can think, 4 couples already did it. They all look, their pictures look different. Their dresses were different. Suits, I mean, some were casual, some were high end. Like, it didn't really matter. Everyone was able to come in and make it their own. So sorry.
Yeah. And even, no. And even though it's boho, I mean, boho can be, honestly, you could go to a thrift store and go get an incredibly antiqued, gorgeous dress, or you can go to your boutique of choice here in Houston where they have beautiful gowns, because this look is going to be, it's still a wedding. So it's boho, has that feel, but it's still going to be very elegant. The champagne toasting, all the elements that go into the 90 minutes. And we've said this over and over and over. 90 minutes is a long time. Yep. We cover the ceremony, pictures, first dance, all the parent dances if you want to. We've had all kinds of people add in all kinds of things, toasting.
Yep.
Past
apps. Did we say past apps?
Past apps.
Oh, contactless photo booth for your guests to enjoy in those in-between times where you're not sure like what you're supposed to be doing while the couple's taking pictures. We have entertainment here. It's a contactless. They literally every piece, every prop, they sanitize right after you use it. They have a system, and you get to hang out with us. I mean, that's a bonus.
So I hear. Okay, so that's the 19th of September. The 18th of September, since the entire venue is going to be completely tricked out, decked out, looking amazing, this month we are offering to engaged couples, come and do your engagement shoot. Yep. So instead of like, oh, I need my photographer and we're just going to go to a park or we got to go find a place, we have the photographer for you, and we will have really cool setups that it's like an Instagram, like this on fire kind of, that's like my term today, on fire. Everything's on fire. Like the weekend was on fire. What we're doing is on fire. The engagement shoot's on fire. We're just on fire. Everything's on fire. But
we'll bring you more on the engagement shoot next week, because I feel like it is a whole episode of its own. But just know, mark your calendars, engagement shoot on the 18th, pop-up wedding on the 19th. So
yeah, so we got it all covered no matter how you went to. If you have any questions, want to see more pictures, you want to know more about the details, you want to know more about what's included beyond what we just, listed in more detail, please contact me, Pop Up Wedding Houston, through my website, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you can type. If you just literally type in Pop Up Weddings or Top Up Wedding Houston, everything I am and every way to get a hold of me is through Google, Yelp, however you want to do it. But I'm happy to answer all of the questions.
Perfect.
All right. Are we good with that? Or we think we're ready?
I think we're ready. So as you know, Yvette and I have already hosted over 25 weddings, not just pop-up weddings. So pop-up weddings and small intimate weddings. We've had a jam-packed August. So August 1st, we opened back up for 50 people or less. We had our first actual long wedding. It was fantastic. August 15th, 8/8/20, we had 4 pop-ups in one day. 8/7/20, we did the styled shoot. Last weekend, we did the mastermind with 50 women. And this next weekend, we have another intimate wedding with 50 guests or less. So you can see how Yvette and I are either doing pop-up weddings, small gatherings, intimate weddings. We pioneered the new future of events. Like, there is no new norm. It's just a new future of events. Like, forget the norm. We're doing it. We're living, breathing. We are literally booking pop-up weddings every single weekend. And we are also booking events of 75 people or less through the rest of the year. So we put an amazing list together of collaborating partners that have already done these weddings. They've done pop-ups. They've done the intimates. They are what we would like to say. They are actually COVID trained. So they've worked the events. They know the rules and regulations. They've literally lived it, breathed it, and they've helped keep the staff. They've helped keep the guests and the couples safe. I think 2 of the pop-up weddings, someone came up to me and was like, I really think that you guys were cleaning the door handles, and I saw people go, cleaning the restrooms every hour. And I said, that is our responsibility as a venue. I appreciate the feedback because we're going to keep on going. The show is going to go on. And honestly, that's been our mission statement here, is just to really make sure that love will always win, no matter what type of event you're doing. We are not going to stop doing what we do best. So we've added in a brand new collaborating partner from California. Now they're here in Texas, and he is one of the owners, 2 owners, brothers, are going to be on today, and we're going to share pictures, and we're going to tell you where to go follow him. And he and his brother are amazingly collaborating with us for the boho. I mean, couldn't have had a better theme for them. He's going to talk about his company, what they do, what they stand for. And we'll be to show you pictures. So.
Yeah, and one little blurb about collaborations.
Yep.
It's been key and golden with everything that we've done. And again, I'm going to keep going back to the women's conference. You did an entire topic on collaborations and what that really means. And in this right now, it's pivotal. It's so important. So I'm going to bring him on, and then let's see, make sure he's in.
Hi.
Go to 3. Is that good right there? Can you see us?
I can see you guys. Hey.
Woo-hoo! Welcome to our crazy world.
Happy Monday.
Why don't you say your name and the name of your company?
All right. My name is Egel Cohen. The pronunciation is Egel, like Miguel, without the M. It's a tough name, but you guys will get it. The name of the company is Elon Event Rentals in Texas. And we are about to make a splash.
Oh, more than a splash. Okay. Little intro here.
Sure.
So as Giovanna and I are always seeking and doing and changing daily, but when we were thinking about, oh my gosh, we're going every month with this, doing the pop-ups, we were she was on Instagram, and she just goes, oh my gosh, have you seen this? And she sent me your name and I saw the pictures, and I'm like, where did this come from? Why do we not know who this is? And so I started investigating. I looked online. I called you. No, I texted you through Instagram. I messaged you through Instagram. Immediately got on the phone. I think our conversation on the phone was for 20 minutes. And I remember you said you had me at collaboration. I was like,
my kind of people.
I was like, am I dreaming again? Like, this is amazing. I jumped in my car. It took me 40 minutes to get up to the venue. You and I met at the venue. I gave you the tour. I'm sure I was talking a mile a minute and probably you probably didn't understand half of what I was saying because I was all over the map with everything. And I remember you sat there in the room and you're like, what do I need to do? Like, let's just make this happen. And again, I was like, what? I was confused going, is this for real? Because not only does this guy get it, the rental he's on board, and then you and I, which I do not suggest to anybody out there, because after I thought about this, I'm like, what was I thinking? You and I went to the warehouse. I had just talked to you for 45 minutes, and you go, you want to go to the warehouse and see the rental furniture? And there I was. And side comment, I did send Gio the coordinates to where I was because I'm like, hey, listen, I trust this guy, but you just never know. I'm going into a warehouse. How do I know what's going on? But you opened up the door to the warehouse, and it was like being in a candy store for anybody who is out there that is a venue, a planner, a decorator, a designer. And you're gonna in your home, in a venue, it does not matter. You opened the whole thing. I went, oh my God. So why don't you share with us really just the story behind your rental company and how it all began? Let's just start there.
Sure. And thank you for that. Candy store. I love that. Anybody wants to come down to my candy store, come on down. By the way, Yvette, it's all part of the whole collaboration thing you were mentioning. It's all about collaborating. Look, we're brand new in Houston. We just showed up on the market here in the last few months. So collaboration is the name of the game. I wasn't really hadn't intended on actually kicking off the marketing until you called me. So when you told me what you were trying to do, I'm sitting here in my brain, and all I could think of is this is somebody who is motivated and has an incredibly good idea on how to do something in this market. And I think that's awesome what you guys are doing. I'm happy to be on board and help you guys. So a little bit about who we are. Elon Event Rentals started about 10 years ago. Didn't start off as a rental company, started off in California. My little brother, his name is Elon. He's 5 years my younger. And he and I traveled the world for a number of years and imported a bunch of exotic furniture. And back then it was for sale. It wasn't just furniture. A lot of it was art as well. He predominantly stayed in it. I kind of got out of it for a while, and he stayed in it for a little while. And eventually the sales of this stuff turned into more about, he ran into a lot of wedding planners, event coordinators, event planners, and that sort of thing. And they're like, wow, you could really rent this stuff. This is beautiful stuff. And one thing led to another. And before you know it, he's like, he's got a huge warehouse on the Santa Barbara coast with tons and tons of stuff. What he's done over the last 10 years has transformed this thing from an idea into a pretty significant little company out of Santa Barbara. It's really neat. He's located at a little ranch. It's an old orchid ranch along the coast. It's a magnificent ranch. If anybody ever goes out there to California and you want a tour, I'll set you up. It is a beautiful ranch. Anyway, so he works out of there. He does a lot of a big chunk of what he does is weddings, corporate events. Like I said, he does some staging for TV shows, commercials, that sort of thing. A lot of the stuff he does, just because of where he's at, Santa Barbara is a huge destination, right, for weddings. So a lot of that is local to him, but he's gone out as far as Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I did an event with him last year at a ski resort. It was really neat. He's done some stuff out in New York, New Mexico. And what's happened in the last couple of years is he started getting a lot of requests in from down south, down here. Some planners got a hold of him, and he and I were kind of talking for the last couple of years. And he says, hey, what do you think about starting something up down in Texas? And it was just a conversation, for 2 years. It was a conversation. That's all it was, And we're settled down here. We got to Texas back in 2011, and we're pretty comfy out here in Tomball. And but we got 4 kids, and they're all adults now. That's and they're all looking for things to do. So the last couple of years, we've been sending them off one at a time out to California to work with their Uncle Ilan and learn the trade. And guess what? If we opened up shop here in Houston, I got a built-in workforce like starting today. So I don't know. One thing led to another. We decided it's got to happen. The market down here seems like it's thriving pre-COVID. Obviously, it's a good market for sure. So we're excited. We decided to kick it off, and we're going to try to make a splash down here.
Wow,
Love it.
that's so awesome.
We're excited to have you. We're excited to we're going to show off some of your pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump off screen. And if there's any technical difficulties about Yvette, will have to let me know. But I can still hear you. I'm going to show pictures and just let me know when to go to the next one. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Okay, and these pictures, we kind of had to switch it up a little bit, right?
Yes, just due to like the resolution, and the video wasn't really going through. So I actually have these beautiful pictures from Instagram. You can go to their Instagram and see them. But it's just the pieces that I think are fantastic for Texas. I think they're great for any venue, for any corporate event. And I know that you'll be able to come and see them. So if you're watching us or you're listening to us, remember September 18th, you can sign up for engagement shoots. If you want to come tour, you can do that. But September 19th, we only have 2 spots left for weddings. So if you want to have this theme and you want to work with our amazing collaborating partner, you're going to want to sign up for the September 19th pop-up wedding. So I'm going to jump off here while you guys are talking.
Okay, and then while you're doing that, I also want to say this. I want to put a little blurb. Number 1, these pictures were taken from an actual professional photographer or multiple photographers in the California area. So the shout out goes to them, and make sure and go to the Instagram page. You'll see the photographers that took the picture. Number 2, not everything that you see in these pictures are actually in the Texas catalog. Some of them, from what I understand, and obviously you can tell me if this is right or wrong, can be brought over, obviously, at the event's expense. But the main thing with showing these pictures and obviously getting a better resolution is the quality, the design, the fact that, okay, you took him off and not you.
Oh, no, that's not good. Hold on one second. Let me go back. We don't want to do that. Let me unshare.
Okay, let me text him and say to get back on.
Oh, how did I do that?
I don't know, but what was kind of cool, okay, here he comes.
Okay.
Okay, what was kind of cool about what you were doing is you were able to stay, Gio.
Okay, well, I'm going to stay. I'm here. I'm back.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so reiterating what I was just saying before we had our first blooper of the afternoon is that some of these rentals can be brought in at the event's expense, but the main thing is showing everybody the quality, the design, how they can be placed in an environment. And then as we talk through them, I'm going to point out the ones that will most likely be at the pop-up on September 19th for the boho look.
Perfect. They're ready for you.
Okay. So, Eyal, can you hear me? He looks like he's frozen.
Interesting. Hit a refresh.
I'm having a hard time with hearing you guys, but I think I got the gist of it. So are you? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah. You were going to ask your question.
I don't know if you can.
Dang it. Okay, good. I can hear you.
So sorry, guys. I don't think I can hear you.
Is it something on our
So
end?
if you can hear me, I'll just talk about some of the, I think you want me to just kind of mention some of the items we're going to exhibit at the show. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
I have it? Okay. I'm going to just wing this. So we've got a weathered collection. We've got some bars. If you look at the one you're looking at right now, the picture, That's actually something that was custom made out of some panels that we had purchased. They were back panels used for back decorative stuff in the background, and we took those panels and we turned them into what we call a lotus bar. You know, a lot of the stuff that we do on the weathered side, the weathered collection side, is all handmade. These are some bar highs. I think we're going to see one or two of these at the event. I think we're on having one of these guys there. I've got these things, I think, in our warehouse here in Houston. They're really popular. We've got some tables and benches that will also be playing. You guys
I don't know. Yeah, I can. I was just gonna say that the bar highs that you see, that is an actual bar high, and we're gonna use a cake. We're gonna put the cake on top of that in for the event. Okay.
So I apologize. I'm having a hard time hearing, but anyway, these are so you can see some of the stuff. They're pretty ornate. I think we have 4 different variations of these, and I'm expecting another shipment in the next 6 months or so of more dolls. They're absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. You can keep scrolling. There we go. So when I was mentioning the web collection, you look at these tables. These are all hand-built tables my brother and I put together. We can, you know, we got lead for upwards of, 40, 50 of these tables if we needed. We need a little bit of lead time on it. Obviously, these are designed for large events, for large seating. He's got an inventory out in California of probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 or 50 of these tables. We can certainly make that happen in the Houston market as well if needed. But these are beautiful. They're custom stained. We actually have our own mark stain that we put on our furniture. So it's pretty unique and neat. These little vignettes got a pretty, and if you guys hop on chance, if you're on this podcast, you get a chance, hop on the website, eloneventrentals.com. And you'll be able to see some better pictures of these. They've got, we break the website down into 2 sections. So we've got the California collection, and we've got Texas collection. You'll see more of a lot more product to choose from California collection. But having said that, we anticipate being fully up and running probably 6 to 12 months from now. We'll probably go do some shopping, and then probably late this year, maybe just in time for next year time, we're hoping to be up and running, fully loaded. See some of our pendants there hanging out. We're going to have some of those at the show. Yvette, I think we're going to circle back around and find out about the tableware, but pretty good assortment of tableware that we're going to have there as well. You guys, this is going to be, I'm putting a lot of stuff on display at the September 19th. So I'm shooting for making a big splash. That's my goal. So
we're back.
Can you hear us now?
I hope so. I know it's on his end, but I did get to hear him for the whole thing. So you did a great job with all of the pieces. I know it's just a Wi-Fi thing, but it's okay. We made it through it. And yes, if you go follow at Elon Event Rentals, you'll be able to see more of these pieces. I'm sure if you DM them, they're going to respond right back to you. If you want to see video, they have video. But if you want to see it in person, we're going to say it again. September 18th, September 19th. Go to Pop-Up Wedding Houston. Yvette will send you a message. You'll get an email. We have it all taken care of. This is not our first rodeo. Literally, it's not. It's our second day of full pop-ups, and we are going to be featuring Elon Event Rentals, boho neutral theme, 2 more spots left. But wait, there's more. No, I'm just kidding. Not on this one. But I just wanted to say thank you, Eagle, for being on today, because this is really good. Visuals are important for our clients. Storytelling is important for our clients. Knowing who you are and who they're working with, especially a family-owned company. We're family owned. Pop-Up Weddings family owned. Our mission statement here at Mia Bella, it's an experience beyond the day. So from the first meeting to the last meeting to all the meetings in between and the people that we work with, we want to make sure that we are giving our clients the utmost most experience. So thank you for being part of our team and for just literally meeting us 2 weeks ago and saying, you're my kind of people, you had me at collaborations, because all of this that we're doing now, we started back in March and we formed 2 companies from collaborations that went into partnerships, and we've hosted over 27 weddings during COVID, all safe, all COVID free, because we have people like you in the industry who want to move forward and the show must go on. Anything else you want to say before we have you jump off? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would just say, hey, first of all, thank you to both you guys, Yvonne, Yvette. Thank you so much for hitting me up on this thing. Super psyched, super amped, guys. If you're planning on coming down to the September 19th event, my personal goal is that when you walk away, you're gonna be pumped on the value of what we're doing for you guys. Okay, my personal goal, you're just gonna be psyched. So thank you. I appreciate you guys letting me participate. Thanks for having me on the podcast, guys. I'm psyched.
Thank you so much. We'll see you in like 3 weeks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm telling you, just looking at those pictures again, I'm like, I cannot wait. But I had a couple things. One, it's Elon Event Rentals of Texas. So the TX goes at the end, specifically reaching out to him. That's important.
Is that the Instagram? Because Instagram just says Elon Event Rentals.
Yeah, and then it's _TX.
Oh, let me change that. So sorry.
It's okay. I just noticed it. And then what else was I just? Oh my gosh, brain fog.
You can still get to them from there, but I'm going to specify that it's let me do that right now. Oh my God, I can't wait till September.
What's my other thing? Total brain fog.
Oh,
Texas. There's one other little thing. I don't even know. I know it'll come back to me.
look and see. Did I get it right? Is it there? Good.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So before we have our next guest jump on, remember, guys, this is live, but we can definitely see you. We can definitely see you after the live. So if you have questions, you don't know, you're in the middle of this, just ask us questions. If you don't want to go back and listen to us, you should, because we said some great things at the beginning. But if you don't want to do that, Yvette or I can definitely reach out to you personally, DM us, Instagram, email us, anywhere Pop-Up Wedding Houston. She'll be able to take care of you. So let's talk a little bit about Saturday. You want to go back? Women Conference. I mean, it's just so much.
What are you trying to sport over there?
Just saying, like, if you need your merch, we still have some t-shirts available, but don't worry. If we don't have them, we're going to make them for you. And we're shipping out on Friday. We're shipping out a lot more shirts because we almost sold out at conference. It's so much fun.
Oh, well, they're super cute. And to be honest, like, yours says women supporting women, right?
Uh-huh. Do you want to get the other one? I know what you're thinking. Hold on. But wait.
What? But wait, there's more. There's always more. That's the one I wanted. Because hustle never sleeps. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I did not cut out the hole, by the way, in the neckline. I loved it the way it was. But
it's so soft tees. We all about the soft tees.
Soft tees. But look, I have a V-neck. See? Okay. Anyway.
Tell me.
Okay. No, you go. Because you just go.
Okay. So
you say what you want to say, and then I'll say what I want to say.
I'll say what I want to say, and then I'll be extremely quick. But again, if you weren't on live with us, because we did our very first half in person, half live stream. So it wasn't like your typical Zoom. It wasn't like see how Yvette and I are talking to each other here. No, if you were watching live, you were able to see from when we started conference until we ended conference. You got to see us eat lunch, but that's not the fun part. But you got to see 5 guest speakers. Out of the 5, one was not able to join us from New York, which is Julie Ciardi. But then we got to see her come in virtually, and then she was also being virtually streamed out to the virtual world. And as the conference is going, everyone's also seeing what we're doing, taking notes. I'm going to go back and see if anybody was on their cell phones. because they should have been listening and learning, but that's okay. We'll go there. But we could have canceled. The original story is I was supposed to be in New York last weekend. I was going to do a mastermind with Julie. I was then going to go speak at Mom University, and it was going to just be this amazing 3 days of speaking and teaching and reigniting your 2020. COVID happens. What do? Well, we're not going to cancel it. Julie's going to come to Houston. We rearrange everything. Mia Bella Houston's going to host it. I had an amazing MC, my partner in crime. I said, I have women speakers here. Christy Jackson, we had her come. She was our keynote speaker. We had Christy Grell, which is all about social media, analytics, the whys. We had Amber Farrell Steele, her story of just her first year of entrepreneurship, creating a vodka. She created a vodka. The story about her family and the whys. And we just had a storytelling. These are all people in the business, different stages of their business. We have millionaires. We have women that are just starting a business. We have people like me who are in the middle of creating businesses. I talked about collaborations. I talked about partnerships. I talked about personal brand. Like, there's just so many little things that we learned. And we even talked about how, like, what were we thinking? Should we have just canceled it? Should we have just done it next year? There were so many things not in our favor. And the number one thing that I think we all said is that failure is not an option. It is not an option. Yes, did I not sleep for weeks? Yes, did it take 9 weeks to put on? The last 4 weeks, the last 2 weeks, and then you're running your businesses, but we did it. And we did it. And how did you feel after we left?
It's awesome.
I mean, right? Wouldn't we have regretted not doing that and not impacting the women's lives that were there?
No, it was like, I love your drive, and I love your sense of like, this is not an option to not have it, no matter. And yes, I knew all the obstacles that came your way. And at times it did seem like maybe the forces in the universe are telling you not to do this, but it was also like, why would the forces in the universe give you that bad information? Why listen? And I think as an entrepreneur, even just that whole aspect, it's like, that is what we live day in and day life. When you are owning your own business and you're starting out and you've got a great idea or whatever, the world is telling you no all the time. Don't do that. That's not a good idea. That's not practical. How are you going to do for you, how are you going to do the streaming? How's it going to do this? Julie can't come. Now what are you going to do? It's like all those negatives that are in our heads all the time. Now, granted, let's just be real and practical. Sometimes you have to listen to those, because it isn't like, if you're like, hey, I can't really, feed my children, but someone's now wanting me to give $5,000 towards something for my business. Like, okay, feed your children. You know what I mean? It's like, there's some things that are no brainers, but other times you go, this is a huge leap. It's a huge step. This is uncomfortable. The unknown. I think as an entrepreneur, the unknown is what eats a lot at night, because you don't have all the answers. We don't have all, listen, we've been saying that for the past 5 months. We don't have all the answers. We're not even claiming to be like the number one and number one experts. It's just like, we're just doing it.
Yep.
And we have had times where it's like, okay, maybe we didn't do that great. And we've had times where like, God, that worked. That was amazing. Let's just keep doing it this way. But you don't know that until you
do it.
Until you do it. So just the fact that you had the persistence, by the way, all the things that are swirling in my head are P words, the persistence to keep going on, and your vision, your purpose, and your drive was to say, this is still going to happen, because it's all new, and it doesn't matter that it's not, 100% perfection. It wasn't about perfection. It was about the purpose behind, we're going to make, and not because like, oh, we did it. It was more like, because it can happen moving forward in the new reality of live streaming, big conference, bigger things, businesses, and information still being exchanged between the virtual world, someone at their home, and making it connect.
Yep.
That's the thing. Okay, so these are the things that I was thinking.
Okay.
As someone watching, I mean, because obviously I was the MC, but I mean, I still was like watching from a different perspective than I wasn't a speaker. So I loved how it built upon itself. magically. All of the speakers brought something that built upon one another. So you got a little piece here, a little piece here, but you have to watch the entire thing to get the bigger picture of how it all comes together, because every single piece was totally on point. That's my first P word, point. It was on point. Secondly, when everybody shared, it wasn't just information being told to you. Like, it wasn't in a seminar style where you're just like, here's the 5 point. It was very personable. And I know when I listen to something, don't give me just facts and figures. Don't give me just like, hey, I'm so wonderful. I'm now here. I'm making millions of dollars. Relate it to me, because I'm not making millions of dollars, but I need to know the certain steps, and I need to be encouraged of, okay, well, how did you get there? So personalize it to me so that I obtain a lot more information when I can relate to what I'm listening to. And every single woman who shared was totally relatable and so personable, vulnerable about their stories, telling it like it was, and really just being real about it. The third thing, which is, I'm all about this, it was so stinking practical.
Yep.
I mean, nothing is worse than you pay for something and it's just so overwhelming, you don't even know where to begin. You're like, this isn't helping me. This is making me feel worse than when I started.
Yep.
No one in that room felt worse. Every single person, the feedback that I was hearing was like, oh my gosh, it went fast. This is great. This is such good information. I know after Christy spoke, after the first one, I'm not kidding, this right here. I have 1, 2, 3 pages of notes just on one speaker, because she started bringing up things that I was like, oh my God, this is so good and weird. Yeah. So we had our own homework cut out for us in regards to just what we're doing. So super, super practical. So from an I guess I'm doing my own little review for you. For someone,
personal testimonies, everything.
If you're listening to this or you know someone who is a woman, an entrepreneur, and to be honest, I'm just gonna say this, it doesn't matter if you have an idea, you wanna have an idea, you're just starting, not starting, or had your business for years, there's something for you to take away, because these women, let's just put it this way, unless you are making $10 million a year and have 4 different businesses, okay, then you need to be teaching your own class. But for the rest of us,
we'll get you as a guest speaker for the next one.
Yeah, so for everybody else, there's so many takeaways from all of the speakers, all of it. And Gio, you did a great job. You're such a natural.
Thank you. I'm blessed to have this circle. Remember, your network is your net worth. I talked about that. It's amazing. So if you need to know more about that, just get with the Better Eye, because we can give you information. But now we are bringing you our 8/8/20 bride. Barbara is going to be joining us. She is going to tell you about from her booking experience until after her actual wedding. And she's going to give us the story. Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us virtually. We have had a jam-packed episode. We left the best for last because we really, we can tell the story all day long. People can go on our Instagrams, people can go on our Facebook. But when we have couples and we have brides that jump on our lives and talk about their experience, and just, it inspires other couples out there, because they don't know that this is happening. They don't know that weddings are going on. They don't know that they have options. And I love you and Francisco we're just amazing, from when I met you guys here all the way from we were doing your sparkler exit and doing our picture, all of it. And after doing 4 weddings in one day, you would think Yvette and I would have been like, oh God, the last wedding. We were like, we can't wait for the last wedding.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Your dress, your guests.
Thank you.
So I'm going to stop talking.
Okay.
You're going to introduce yourself and just talk about your wedding, the whole 9 yards. So we want people to hear you.
Okay. Well, I'm Barbara, and I had my wedding 2 weekends ago on Saturday, the 8th of August. And I have to admit, I went into it with low expectations, like very, very low, because I was just like, COVID is happening. My plans are not going through. I just want to get married. Let's just do this. And from the beginning, it was just first with you, Giovanna, you were like on top of it. You were like, yeah, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to, and you were like, yes, 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 yes. You never told me no to anything. You were just like, yes, whatever you want, go. And I was like, oh, okay, perfect, perfect. It was just awesome. And then I didn't know we were gonna have like, it was like an actual wedding experience. Like we went to go sit down to choose our food for the dinner. And then Yvette called and like Yvette, you were a little intimidating. Let me tell you that.
Well, I've never heard that before.
You're a little intimidating, but no, you're amazing. You like made my vision everything. And like when I got there, I really was not expecting much. I wasn't expecting all the decorations. It was just gorgeous, guys. It was gorgeous. Like everybody was giving me nonstop compliments, and I was like, I didn't do any of this. This was not me. This is them. Like I didn't do anything. I didn't do any of this. So I don't know. It's just I can rant and rant and rant. But if you want to get married, just do it. Like just go for it. There's so many options now today with the micro weddings, with the backyard and everything. But there's so much help out there, and you can still have your vision, even though like it's going to be condensed. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be amazing. Your day is going to be perfect. And these two ladies just, like y'all have no idea. Like, I'm just like, let's cancel whatever we had previously. Let's not even do the big party. Yeah. I'm done. It's over.
Can you tell everybody where you were, like your original?
Yeah. So
like tell them like what brought you to us, because you were a couple affected by COVID traveling. So why don't you tell them what you're going to do from the beginning?
Okay. So, we originally got engaged last year, and the plan was to get married on 4th of July this year in Monterrey, Mexico, with my family. And it's going to be a big celebration, all 9 yards. Everything was going to be beautiful, and and then COVID happened. And it kind of like gets me emotional because like you just planned everything, had everything ready, and you were so excited and everything like that. And then 4th of July comes. Well, first I reached out to you, Giovanna. I did. I was like, hey, I had a 4th of July wedding, but we don't know if we're going to do it. And then so I wanted to go ahead and go with Mia Bella and check it out and things like that. But then that's when the cases spiked. And then my anxiety went off the roof. And I was like, you know what? Let's just wait a little bit. But it worked out because like my date and my time, it was really like meant for me because it was just perfect. It was just perfect. But it's like, the whole Mexico thing and the whole destination wedding didn't happen. But at least the live stream, it made people feel like they were there. My family from Mexico was there. Even though they weren't there in person, they were literally there. They saw everything. And it gets me emotional because it's like you're so far away, but you can actually be there in person, like through a screen or anything, but you can actually experience it. And everybody was like, it's so beautiful. I went back and saw it again. Like it was just perfect. It was perfect. And I'm so grateful for you both, really.
That makes me so happy. Because people don't understand live streaming. Like they're thinking like, oh, what does that mean? And for us, it was important, during a pandemic, I own a venue, Yvette's owns Pop-Up Wedding Houston, where we're in the midst of an amazing season, and then we have to shut everything down. And then we get the word that's like, oh, well, we may not even be able to really go back to these big weddings. I was lucky enough to already have a team, which LG Event and Productions, to solve this problem with live streaming. And from that, this new business was born. And I said, okay, why are we stopping? I said, Yvette, let's do it. Like, let's start with 10 people. Then we go to 15. Then we go to 25. And it is such an intimate guest count. But like you said, you're not missing anything.
No, you're not at all. I even went back and saw it. And it really looks like you're there. Like, it really does. Like, you're there. It has all the angles. You hear the music, like, loud and clear. You don't miss a beat at all. You're there. And it's really cool. It was really cool. I was just like, wow, I didn't think it was going to be this good for the price that I got. I got so many elements for such a low price. And that was the reason why I was like, I have low expectations, because you don't think you're going to get so much out of it for the price that we got. And it's just like, it's really cool what y'all are doing. It really is. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Y'all are helping a lot of people.
I was going to say,
really amazing.
One is the fact that you yourself as the bride get emotional. And even when you went back to the video and got emotional, and now today you're getting emotional, but your emotion, which makes me so happy, is the fact that even during the wedding, you felt connected to your family that was in Mexico. Because
I did.
So many people out there, this is what I hear all the time. And you can't tell someone, it's like, yeah, I can see you. Like I can touch where's my phone or my thing? I could, touch you know what I mean? Like I could, yeah, I can't touch you. I can't, like, I'm not gonna be able to hug you or say congratulations, but the connection of still feeling like you just said, they're still there with you, which is so, nothing's greater than if someone can't be there physically where you can touch them, that they're still connected with you on an emotional level that is just as significant as if they were there. Because I totally feel like right now with COVID, especially for couples you're getting married. It's it's such a, amazing time of your life. And that's why you want your family and friends there. So to hear that you are still, God, I get some in my throat, that you still feel emotional about it.
Yeah.
Just speaks volumes, and hopefully to other people, because I know I get that all the time when someone calls me and they go, well, we're just going to wait because I can't imagine this. I can't imagine that. My family can't come. They can't.
No.
Now we're living in a time period where we don't know what's going to happen in the future. For all of those people that are listening, or that just get the one little nugget of, it's still emotionally what you would want to feel with your friends and family.
It is. It really is. And like people were texting me like right there and there and like screenshotting it. And they were like, you're so beautiful. And like I saw my phone and I was like, and like I opened it after like when we were taking pictures and I was like, oh my gosh. And people were like sending me like I'm watching you right now. And it was really nice. Yeah.
Aww,
it was really nice.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And you kind of talked about the values. So the pop-ups that we have moving forward, like the one in September, every bride who signs up is going to get all the elements that you did. And I guess we'll talk about too, that you added on a dinner, the 7:00 portion, you added on a dinner of it. So even whether someone decides to do the other time slots or your time slot with the dinner, why don't you talk about, I guess, a little bit more in detail, like what you got and what did value really mean? Because you said you had a low expectation, which I totally understand. I mean, we do that. It's like you kind of go, oh, it's only this much. So I mean,
yeah. Well, because when you're planning a wedding, the prices that they give you for things, they're like, they're outrageous. So you're just like, okay, so you're thinking your budget wise and things like that. So like even for a photo booth, for like 3-4 hours, it's like $800. That's like half of what we paid, what do you mean? But I mean, it's expensive to do the flowers, to do the decoration, to do the catering, to do photographs, the photography.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
And so, to be honest, I was just like, okay, let's just get this done. Let's do this, I'll have everybody just, send me pictures and things like that. But everything was just like if we paid $12,000 on a wedding. Like it was beautiful. Like I can't even, I don't know, everything from the bridal room, from the decoration, just like walking, from the ceremony, there was fresh flowers. It wasn't like, flowers from the dollar store or something like that. The lighting is just like, it's a whole different room from when we first walked in to just check out the place.
Yeah.
And then the outside area, what y'all had decorated, the little archer, I don't even know what it's called, but it was just, yeah.
No, we wanted to create those different moments and those different experiences, even with 25 people. So like the ceremony to the pergola, then to when you come and eat dinner. So, for those of you guys watching, only the 7 p.m. Slot can do dinner. And we did that because for pop-up weddings, we still include past apps. But if we're going to have a sit-down dinner, then we don't do the past apps and we do the sit-down dinner, and it's plated. So now you've had your 25 most intimate friends and family that can come. Then you do your ceremony, you're taking your pictures, the guests are doing contactless photo booth, they're having a great time, they're talking about the amazing ceremony.
Yeah.
You get to sit down and have this beautiful plated dinner, and then you guys danced. You guys
Oh, yeah. There was some jams on.
Yes.
And we danced a little bit.
We put the lights down. Then you did some more pictures at the photo booth. I feel like every single one of your guests got a picture at the photo booth, which that would have never happened at a full wedding. That would have never happened. And then we had a burglar exit at the end. So it was like everything that you would have done.
Super cute. It was, every element was just, everything was perfect. It was just perfect. And I would like surpass my expectations completely. Everything. It was just, yeah. Y'all did a great job. Everybody get that 7 p.m. slot, please.
There's only one. There's only one.
Run to it.
There's multiple months for that 7 p.m. Okay, so probably one last question, and then I think we'll probably have to wrap up.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's just say you're having coffee. Let's say you have the ability to have coffee, you're connecting, or someone's watching this right now, and they're just like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if I should call. I don't know if it's really, I mean, what is it? What would you want to tell someone that would just maybe help them get over the top as far as like, no, you've got to book this now. Like it's not even an option. You just need to do it. Like coming from you though.
I would say don't miss out on the blessings of marriage. Just go for it. Just go for it. Everything else, it's going to work out. There's so, like I said earlier, there's so many companies and things like that, like Mia Bella and Pop-Up Weddings, who can help you create that vision. It's going to be smaller, it's going to be condensed, but it's going to work and you're going to be happy. You're going to be so happy. And it's going to be perfect. There's no need for you to stress yourself out. You can get it all in one package, all sealed up and thrown at you. And you don't have to stress about it. It's so true though. Like we got everything. We didn't have to stress about nothing. We just showed up, had my dress. He had his suit on, and that's it. And y'all worried about the rest. Yeah, just go for it.
Well, we thank you for trusting us because, I mean, we've done pop-up weddings. She's the queen of pop-up weddings, but to do 4 in a day, to make an impact like that, to have the live streaming, and then obviously the 7 p.m. having that dinner and making sure that we're creating that experience for all of your guests, but you putting the trust in us and letting us do it, we thank you so much for doing that. And we can't wait to see your pictures. So if you're following us, follow us at Mia Bella Houston and at Pop-Up Wedding Houston, because once those galleries come out from Red Rock Visuals, which is our photographers, we'll be able to show you all 4 weddings for the day and how different they were and how your dress was just gorgeous. I mean, it was
Thank you.
Beautiful. So Barbara, thank you. Tell Francisco we said thank you so much for everything.
I sure will. And thank you both to y'all. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are great. Keep on doing it. Y'all are creating lifetime memories for a lot of brides.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's connect our hands. Let's do heart hands. How do I do it to you? Heart hand to you. Can't. Okay, wait. Oh, no. Okay. We look like Pac-Mans, but it's hearts, guys. It's hearts. There's so many hearts. I mean, we couldn't have. This is why we're like, let's stop talking. Let the couples talk themselves. Wow. I feel so excited for September 19th. That's a month away.
I don't know. You know, like, I know it kind of wraps up the whole thing about like even over the weekend. It's like, when you really do something you love, that's why when people go, why are you doing what you're doing? Or like, what do you mean you guys gave away free weekends or free weddings in the beginning? Like, I actually had someone say that we were dumbing down weddings and that I was personally devaluing planning because I was giving away free services. Yeah. And I just want to say to people that think like that, they're so negative. It's like when you hear someone like, her memories of her wedding, and it's not about us. It's like the team together. It's like even during COVID, even during when everything just seemed so negative, to know that someone's so happy. It's like, so when you think about why are you doing what you do, it's like, this is why I do what I do. Because when I hear someone, it just energizes me to be like, yes, we're going to do more and more people are going to be happy. And because there's just so much negativity in our world and there are some bad things going on. And so anything we can do to make someone's life easier, less stressful, and like she has the memories of a lifetime forever, then it's not even a job, to be honest. It's we're doing what we okay.
What we were meant to do. We were doing what we were meant to do.
We're doing it for free, but obviously we're normal people. We want to get be blessed for doing what we love doing. But the bottom line is like we really do enjoy doing what we're doing, and we really do enjoy doing it together too. So I think that makes a huge difference as well. But that's just awesome. And she was so funny the whole day because she's like, I'm just gonna be the happy bride. I'm just happy. And I'm like, you are the happy bride. Your personality lit up the minute you came in the room. It was just like, woo. So they're a sweet couple.
Well, if you want to learn more about this, you can go back to the Mia Bella Houston or Pop-Up Wedding Houston pages. If you go to our Instagrams, you actually get to see. So this is not just Yvette and I. This is the contribution of our collaborating partners, because Yvette and I started it for free with very few people, and then all of our partners jumped on board and they said, let's do it too. And so you test it, you try it, you nail the formula. Yes, we're doing them for free. We spend a lot of time doing that to make sure that they were the right fit. Now we have the formula fit. Now you know if you're going to get married with us, it's going to be $4,000. Like, that's it. There is no hidden cost. Now, if you want to upgrade, well, there's upgrades. You want to do the 7 o'clock dinner, we get you dinner. But you get everything that Barbara just talked to you for $4,000. You're not going to find that anywhere. But the most important thing is this. Pop-Up Wedding Houston, it took months to convince other venues to do this. Like, I kept on telling Yvette, like, there's going to be a point where I'm not going to have dates. We have to spread this love and give it to other people. And people were like, oh no. People copied. Then people went and copied her. She did consultations to venues. Venues copied her. Shame on them. Because when couples are going to other venues, I do want them to book pop-up weddings at other venues. But if they've never done one and they're just copying and pasting what they see, and they haven't even done an event during COVID, and their vendors haven't done an event during COVID, and they're charging you a full price, there's a problem. So the reason why we did it for free, or we did it at a very low cost, is because we needed to make sure that we knew what we were doing and that we were doing it right. And we weren't messing somebody's day up. So we always educated. We were always very real and raw. And now the formula works. So ask those questions. And if they haven't, and you really love that venue, then say, you know what, I'm going to call Yvette and I'm going to have Yvette come do what she does best at that venue, because I cannot do them all. So reach out to us. Yvette has two other, it's the Bowery House and Serenity Road. So those are two more venues. So if Mia Bella's not a fit, if you don't have the date, don't worry. Yvette has connections at two other venues, but make sure you're working with the professionals who have actually done weddings during COVID. And if you're in the wedding industry and you're listening to us right now and you need help, no matter what part of the business it is, call us for your complimentary consultation, and then we can guide you through this. People pay us to guide them through it because we want to have the wedding industry move forward. I can't do it by myself. Yvette can't do it by herself. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of couples out there that need our help. So,
and one little thing, there is like another venue I think that we're going to add onto that list. But if you are a venue and you do want to do these pop-up weddings, I am so open. Just give me a call and we'll make it work. We'll make it, because people are still getting married and they need places to go get married. So.
Well, we'll be on next week with another special guest. We won't talk about who yet, but she'll be at our September 18th engagement shoots. We'll put some messages out there. If you missed at the beginning, go back and rewind. If you don't feel like rewinding, then just DM us and we'll give you all the fun information.
You're part of the pop-ups for the 19th too.
Oh, so yes, another collaborating partner. Collaborations partner.
I'm telling you that September 19th is just like, it's almost so big. It's like hard to contain all this stuff. I'm like, I can't even believe all this is going to happen for every single person that's getting married on September 19th.
And if that's too soon for you, we're already booking October, which is only 2 spots, the 31st, and then November and December. But November, we only have 3 spots left too. Like, November is another big month for us. So make sure you contact us, you call us. If there's anything else we can do, we're here for you. Bye.
Bye.